Welcome to the Klarkdashians.
I'm Courtney, and this is Mason, and my new one coming.
I'm Chloe.
And I'm Kim.
We are the Klarkdashians. Welcome to Keeping Up with the Historians. Today we're going to talk about the Great Depression.
So Kim, what's new?
Well, the other day I bought a new Range Rover and turns out I can't even pay for it.
Did you buy it on margin or did you do an installment payment?
Yeah, I did an installment payment.
Yeah.
Kim,
So you owe so you owe a lot of money?
Yeah, I do.
well, you know, like Kris Jenner, our mom always told us, we don't buy things we can't afford. Well, knowing Kim, always is all right.
I just got a crash. I think it's from surplus.
The other day I was driving, and I was driving by the bank.
Yeah, the Federal Reserve took over all the banks, and all the banks were shut down.
The bank holiday?
Yeah.
The bank holiday. Yeah, that's yeah, Kim. Mm-hmm.
I guess their GDP wasn't up to date.
Yeah.
It has to be up to 12% now.
The other day I was shopping on Rodeo Drive, you know, Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Louis, you know, the luge.
Fendi and Madonna?
Mm-hmm. And I saw this hobo and I gave him money and stuff. Here's a clip.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach.
Hi.
Hey. You know how to speak?
I'm just so cold.
Why don't you use those blankets?
It's just really cold outside. Can you give me some food for me and my dog? We lost all of our money in the stock market.
You want food and money? Sorry about that. Back to the show. I mean, right now it's really depressing.
Because us women are the ones who lost our jobs first during the Depression.
Big depression right now. The unemployment rate is like really high.
I know, it just established minimum wage. Like, ew.
I think it was because buying on margin like you, Kim,
Yeah, so much for the American dream.
surplus.
Yeah. I mean, the four main causes: speculation.
Wilson's economic plan.
Surplus and buying on margin.
What a shame. Well, what's new?
So, Kim, I heard you just got a divorce. You're not the only one. I guess the divorce rate drops because no one else can afford it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it was your second. Oh, it was.
This time period is the highest number of split families. Did you know that, Kim? So please don't feel alone.
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to afford this child coming on the way, considering I already have Mason too.
It's okay. The government has set up programs with the New Deal. You can get food stamps, WIC.
Oh. Guess I'll just have to do that then.
There's more to the New Deal than just food stamps.
Like?
The government is creating more jobs for us, so we can have cash in our pocket again. And the stock market just crashed. We didn't even speculate it.
Our store, Dash, went on foreclosure because of that.
It's probably
The one in Miami or LA?
Both!
It's probably because we ordered too many shirts from China.
Oh. You mean Japan?
Right now.
Yeah. I saw people the other day at the bank demanding their money back.
It must have been a bank run.
Like, wasn't there like a holiday or something the other day?
Yeah, it was called the bank holiday. The Federal Reserve took over all the banks. They shut all of them down.
Mason, you're so obnoxious.
You're so annoying, Scott. Get out of here. Lamar, I'll come in. Money don't last forever, honey.
World War II. When did the World War II begin? World War II began in Europe on the 3rd of September 1939, when Prime Minister of Britain, Neville Chamberlain, declared war on Germany. It involved many of the world's countries. Why did the Second World War start? The Second World War started by Germany in an unprovoked attack on Poland. Britain and France declared war on Germany after Hitler refused to abort his invasion of Poland. When did the War II end? The war ended in the summer of 1945. It estimated that 50 million people lost their lives during World War II. How did we protect ourselves during the war? Children and women evacuated from big cities into the countryside. People carried gas masks to protect themselves and built air raid shelters. All windows and doors were blacked out. Who was involved? Germany and Italy and Japan were the Axis powers. United States, Great Britain, and France and Soviet Union were the Allied powers. The major battles in Europe were the Battle of Normandy, and this battle was known as D-Day. Allied forces landed in June 6, 1944. The U.S. contributed with over 70,000 people in this battle. Stalingrad was the bloodiest battle in World War II. The city was vital to Hitler's oil supply. This battle, won by the Allies, lasted almost a year. Victory in Europe Day. This battle was more of a formality where the Germans surrendered 1 week after Hitler committed suicide.
The major battles of the Pacific. Attack on Pearl Harbor. U.S. lost 5 battleships, 205 aircrafts, and 3,500 people died. Minimal damage to Japanese. Battle in Midway. U.S. forces went to Midway to stop Japanese advances and to take Midway Island. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Pearl Harbor. The war in the Pacific began on December 7, 1941, when warplanes from Japan launched a surprise attack on the U.S. Navy base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. By this time, Japan had already been at war with China for several years and had seized the Chinese territory of Manchuria. After the Pearl Harbor attack, Japan began a massive campaign of explosion throughout the Southeast Asia Pacific region. So what was the atomic bomb? Well, the dropping of the atomic bomb on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki signaled the certain end of the Pacific Front and an Allied victory in the Pacific. The atomic bomb was dropped on August of 1945. The two-single bomb and its after effects killed more than 220,000 people. To put that into perspective, the United States lost 500,000 lives in the whole world. So, how did the war affect people's everyday lives? Well, during the war, life changed for everybody, including children. For most children, the war years were a time of anxiety. For many, it was a period of family separation. For some, it was a time of profound personal loss. Many children had to grow up quickly during wartime. Many children had to look after themselves and younger siblings after their mothers worked. The evacuation. Nearly 2 million children were evacuated from their homes at the start of World War II. They were evacuated to the countryside to escape the bombing. Children had labels attached to them as though they were parcels. They stood at railway stations not knowing where they were going, nor if they would be split from their brothers and sisters who had gathered with them. They felt scared about being away from their families